On April 14th, Tesla CEO Elon Musk announced an offer to buy Twitter at $54 per share, which translates to about $43 billion. It's a very competitive offer as it comes with an 18% premium compared to its last closing price. So it is for sure is something the board has to consider seriously. The next day, the company's board responded with a shareholders' rights plan known as the poison pill, effectively rejecting Elon Musk's buyout offer. But that's not game over for Elon Musk just yet. There are ways he can possibly get around the poison pill. Will Elon Musk, the richest man on earth, get what he wants? What's a poison pill anyway? What does it mean to individual investors? Well, let's find out. A poison pill is a common nickname for a shareholders' rights plan, which allows shareholders to buy additional shares of a company's stock at a discount, diluting the value of each individual share. It is a tactic used to prevent hostile takeovers and acquisitions. In most cases, poison pills, when triggered, dilute the value of each share to make the company less palatable to a potential acquirer who owns the company's stock above a certain threshold. In Twitter's case, the poison pill would be triggered if any individual or entity acquires more than 10% of the company's shares. Once triggered, the pill gives all shareholders except the acquirer the right to buy more shares at a discount. This effectively makes it harder and more expensive for someone to buy a controlling stake in the company. It's worth noting that poison pills are pretty common. In fact, Twitter had a poison pill in place in 2016, when it was adopted as part of the company's response to activist investor Elliott Management's campaign to shake up the company. The pill expired in 2018 and was not renewed. At the time, then CEO Dorsey opposed the measure, saying that it would make it harder for Twitter to be acquired and that he was open to the idea of selling the company. It's likely that Dorsey still opposes the measure, given his stance in 2016. But with Musk's unsolicited bid on the table, Twitter's board has decided that a poison pill is the best defense against a hostile takeover. In addition, a poison pill has also been used many times in the past by other companies. In 2012, Netflix implemented a poison pill when they discovered that Carl Icahn, an activist investor known for profiting from hostile takeovers, had purchased a 10% stake in the company. Therefore, to prevent Carl Icahn from attempting a hostile takeover, Netflix would flood the market with newly issued shares if anyone owns more than 10% of the company. Now, there are ways to get around the poison pill, but they're going to cost the acquirer some money. The potential acquirer could launch a proxy fight, in which it tries to replace Twitter's board with its own slate of directors, and then cancel the shareholders' rights plan. To do so, Elon Musk would need to issue a proxy solicitation and receive at least 51% of the shareholders' votes to succeed. The acquirer could also continue negotiating with Twitter's board to waive the poison pill. Especially technically speaking, Twitter's board has not officially rejected Musk's bid. But given that the board just adopted the measure, it's unlikely they would waive it so easily. In addition, there are also other measures Twitter's board can implement to defend itself from a hostile takeover. For example, the company also has a staggered board, which makes it harder for an outsider to take control of the company. Under a staggered board, only a portion of the board is up for election at any given time. This means that an acquirer would need to wait 2 years to replace the majority of a board and wouldn't be able to do so all at once. All of these are significant barriers that will make it harder and more expensive for Musk to buy the company. They also give the company some time to consider its next moves, as this fight for ownership will probably continue in the next few months. For now, the ball is in Musk's court. It's up to him to decide whether he wants to try to go around the poison pill or if he'll give up on his bid to take over Twitter. Either way, it's clear that Twitter's board is not going to make it easy for him. That's it for today. This is Money Therapy, a channel about money. See you in the next one.